Hey guys, Universe here, back for another video, and in today's video I will be going over the new balance changes that we had in the most recent update on Fruit Battlegrounds. First off, we'll be going ahead and looking at these. I worked on like all of these, I'm not gonna lie. Like we tested for like 2 whole days before we got these balance changes out. But alright, first off, we're gonna go over Venom. Toxic Geyser got its range back buffed to 22%, so it's about like back at like original Toxic Geyser range, so it's basically a sniper again. It's really nice. It is kind of slow, so it is still reactable and it's not too broken. Unlike when it first came out, it was like frame 1 and was unreactable, you just couldn't touch the ground. So it's pretty good, but nothing too broken. Chloral Frenzy in lag reduced, so you can do moves after Chloral Frenzy a little bit faster. The stun buffed on Chloral Frenzy because it was needed, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't stun for long enough for you to get anything off half the time. M1 in lag increase, so you can't do M1s and like into your moves and your combos. You can do M1s to end a combo. Chloral Frenzy is now cancelable, so if you just sit there holding Chloral Frenzy and you get hit, it won't go off. And then there's Poison Storm damage was buffed by 26% because Poison Storm did like no damage. Let's see. Dough, the grilled dough cooldown was increased by 1 second. Other than that, dough is perfectly fine. It was increased by 1 second because of the fact that dough had a 960 damage combo. People get sad when they see a dough nerf, but all dough nerfs that it got were deserved, so it is what it is. They also reduced the time to where you couldn't use a move after buzz cut, because they were stopping the using grilled dough and lotus after buzz cut, but at the same time it was so long that you couldn't really defend yourself, so that got reduced. Then we have Leopard. Rokugan hitbox nerfed because you could be outside of the Rokugan and it would still hit you. But they also fixed unstunning mid move in the Rokugan, so you know how you could like block and like use a move inside a Rokugan? Yeah, they fixed that. After image combo increased by 2 seconds because after image had like no cooldown, if I'm being honest. And M1 in lag increased on Leopard, so now you can't do the crazy like 1000 damage Leopard combos that you use M1s for. Then there's Dark X Quake. This fruit just got completely rebalanced, if I'm being honest. Like, it's like not even really like a nerf, it's more of just like a change. Black Turret now lasts 50% longer when used with antibody. Black Turret fire rate nerfed by 50%, so it shoots slower. Anti-Quake is now blockable unless you're using antibody. Antibody duration increased to 30 seconds. Antibody damage intake is now 25%, so you only take 25% more now. Black Hole path cooldowns increased by 22%. Quadra C Quake iframes removed, and Quadra C Quake cooldown increased to 56 seconds. So overall, I'd say it got nerfed, but that's most top tier mythics. They mostly all got nerfed. Next up, we have Soul. Fix Zeus Meadow animation, so now you can actually see where the soul is moving on your screen. Fix Zeus Meadow in lag, so now they fall down a little bit afterwards, so they don't end up in the sky for 20 million years. Transformation jump height nerfed. Zeus Meadow iframes removed. Crimson Pillar is now cancelable, which, yeah, that's a crazy change, by the way. A lot of people don't know that that's there. Crimson Pillar is cancelable, so if you hit the soul, then they try to use Crimson Pillar, it's not gonna go off. Zeus Meadow cooldown increased by 3 seconds, and Zeus Meadow and transformation now costs 2 souls instead of 1, so it's harder for a soul to just play passive the entire time just using Zeus Meadow to like zone you out, because it's wasting souls from their mode, which they're gonna need to attack you. And Zeus Meadow's damage got buffed by 6%. And now Mazer Cannon costs 5 souls instead of 8 because 8 souls was absolutely egregious. Next up, we got Base Nika. Rock Gatling Final Punch no longer bypasses, but guard breaks now because it had no guard breaks in the base, so they got changed. And it's also a base, so it was kind of a little bit crazy. And Neo Red Hawk now knocks back further if blocked, so the people who used to do like Neo Red Hawk instantly into like Rock Gatling and your opponent used to not be able to escape half the time, you can't really do that now. You have to be smarter with your moves. Gear 5, spinning top, putting people under the ground has mostly been fixed apparently. Gigant Stamp iframes removed. The owner said he also needs to add like a tiny bit of iframes for when you finish a Gigant Stamp, so you can't get punished for landing your move, but he's yet to add that. Dawn Rocket damage slightly nerfed. Spinning top damage slightly nerfed. Mole Pistol damage slightly nerfed, and Rising Bolt is now cancelable. Nothing too crazy in terms of the Gear 5 nerfs. The fruit is still good, but you know, people will complain. It is what it is. Next up, we got Ope. Nerf based wreckage stun. It was like 4 seconds or like 5 seconds. It needed to happen. Gamma Knife, a glitch fixed. The Ope fling. Zach did fix this, so that's really nice. Shambles windup increased, and it's no longer holdable, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that happened. And then there's tag throw stun nerfed. It's still enough to where you can get them if you hit the tag, but it's just been nerfed, and you won't sit on the ground for like 5 whole seconds because it used to be like a problem. Lightning, which probably needs nerfs. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It is hella broken right now, and yet somehow on this community poll, Lightning is winning for the fruit that needs the most buffs, like is in the most need of a buff, which I ain't gonna lie, everybody who voted for 4, you're fried. You're mentally fried. But anyways, I digress. Patch notes again. We got freaking lightning palm stunning regardless of victim blocking fixed. There was a bug. Lightning palm sending people to the gulag fixed. That's when you clash it with predator's prowl. That's semi fixed. There's still rare occurrences where that'll send you to the gulag, but you know, it doesn't happen that much, so we'll let it slide. Lightning palm damage nerfed by 16.6%. That's nothing too crazy. Projected burst improves significantly. Now, even if somebody falls out of your projected burst, it works like anti-quake and it'll continue to hit no matter what. Zach didn't put that on there, so you know, people just don't see they don't seem to get that it got buffed, but whatever. Lightning palm or 4-volt projected burst stun buffed, which is also crazy. Lightning palm range buffed significantly. It's like more than jet pistol. Like, it's disgusting. Lightning palm is no longer unblockable. There was like a bug in testing. He didn't need to put this here. I don't know, he didn't really need to put that there. Lightning palm cooldown increased by 4 seconds. This was needed to like go up for the fact that he got a significant range increase. And then projected burst is now cancelable, but half the time you're never going to be holding that skill anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Next up we got Dragon V2, fixed putting people under the ground, and Beast Bellow cooldown went up by 3 seconds. Nothing too crazy on DV2, still basically the same. Dragon movement speed nerfed by 11%. Dragon Claw stun reduced by 0.3, which as long as you have Screech, you'll still be fine. Like, you can still do the combo. And Tatsumaki stun improved. Like, the Tatsumaki buff is it's significant because now you can actually true combo into the tail whip off the Tatsumaki, and somebody can't spam a move midway through your freaking Tatsumaki as long as you let it go early. You don't, like, you can't just hold them and drag them along for a little while and then do it. Like, the second you make contact with the other person, you need to let the Tatsumaki go. Then there's Gravity. Gravity got nerfed. It needed it. I'm not gonna lie, Gravity was disgusting. Launch cooldown got increased. Shoot cooldown got increased. Push cooldown got increased. Planetary Devastation being blockable is fixed. Like, it's still blockable, like the first pull in general, but like, people were blocking the big explosion after they got pulled up, so Zach fixed that. Great Meteor aim fixed on max charge, and Great Meteor VFX is now true to size. This is not completely true. It's still a little bit smaller, it's bigger than the actual hitbox, but you know, we'll let it slide. Love got nerfed. Heartstrings range nerfed. Heartstrings damage nerfed slightly, and Heartstrings first hit now guard breaks. So that means you can reduce, like, not only did it get damage nerfed, you can negate the first hit of damage if they just throw it out raw, and it has less range, so even then you can like stop them from hitting you with it just by hitting them. So overall, Love did just catch a fat nerf, I'm not gonna lie. Ice V2, Blizzard Blade damage buffed by 50%, Ice Hail damage buffed by 10%, Piercing Glacier stun buffed, and Piercing Glacier is now cancelable. Overall, this made Ice V2 actually viable again because all it really needed was damage. The kit was already good enough as it was, it just didn't have the damage to keep up with like the current meta. Then there's Magnet. Punk prison stun buffed slightly, and then punk cannon knockback increase to stop you from getting punished for landing your ultimate. It happened way too much. And then punk prison just got a slight stun buff, so it's not really changing that much. TS rubber, grizzly magnum hitbox length buffed, and gear 4 now has double jump. Kong gatling hitbox size buff, and he didn't put this on here, but the last hit of Culverin now guard breaks. Then we have Magma V2. He fixed Mygo. I don't know why he put hitbox fixed, but he just fixed Mygo in general. Then we have Phoenix. Phoenix fixed Phoenix Inferno unstunning mid barrage sometimes. This is a so-so fix. If somebody hawk rushes you and then they do Phoenix Inferno, you can spam at the end of it, I'm pretty sure still. I don't think he fixed that, but if they Fuji Azami into Phoenix Inferno, they can't spam. So if you're a Phoenix user, only do Fuji Azami into Phoenix Inferno, otherwise you're screwing yourself over. Let's see. Jump height nerfed by 18% on Phoenix. Movement speed nerfed by 12%. Phoenix Inferno stun was buffed, which is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And then Bluebird damage nerfed by 20%. So now even if you hit all 4, you're only doing 160 damage. Quake slam aim fixed. This is a lie. It's not fixed. Last time I checked, it's not fixed. String clone, String clone increased to 35 seconds. String clone now lasts like the entire duration of the cooldown. String clone health got buffed, and the string clone now targets people from further away. So now your string clone will actually be a second person to basically help you the entire time unless killed. So it's really good. Then we have Paw. Pressure cannon bugging you when using its iframes fixed, so you can't like perma-stun somebody when they use their iframe with pressure cannon anymore. Ursa's cannon or Ursa's shock damage got buffed, so now the base version of it does like 160 I think without charging it at all. And also they increased pressure cannon range, but he didn't put that on there. Flame EXP gain buffed. Fire Fist projectile speed buff. Fire Fist hitbox size buff. Fire Fist cooldown increased by 1 second. Fire Fist is now cancelable. Fire gun cooldown reduced by 2 seconds, which this is increased. This is increased. He said reduced, but he meant increased. Fire gun increased by 2 seconds. Flame pillar increased by 2 seconds. Flight stamina drained increased to prevent sky camping. Flame pillar damage nerfed by 11%, and flame pillar stun was increased slightly to improve combos. He also put Paul in here again for sumo thrust barrage. Words. Sumo thrust barrage projectile speed was buffed. Bomb EXP gain buffed overall. Leap cooldown increased to 7.5 seconds, and howitzer impact is now usable in the air. So you're basically Bakugo. Then we have Ice Age damage buffed, and Ice Age vertical hitbox size reduced by half because it was somehow hitting all the way in the air when it's a ground-based move. It doesn't make sense, but you know, it got nerfed. Mirror kick damage nerfed slightly. Mirror kick hold time reduced. Jewels of light knockback reduced. Flight time reduced, and blinding combo stun fixed. So overall, you did get a slight few nerfs, but this blinding combo stun fix right here is like so big that these don't matter. I'm gonna be honest to you, because if you're a light main, you know how bad blinding combo was. Then we have dark. Black hole damage buffed. Liberation damage nerfed because it was doing like 75 a tick. That was like 225 every time you hit the 3 liberation ticks. Black hole damage buffed. Dark hole cooldown increased by 2 seconds, and dark end damage buffed significantly, but he didn't lower the charge time, so you're still never hitting this move. So I don't know what to tell you about that one. Smoke. White blow hitbox buffed. White blow damage buffed. Whiteout damage buffed. Whiteout cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Whiteout stun nerfed. I'm not gonna lie, people told me about how that happened. I did not tell Zach to nerf the stun on that, but I mean, I guess just save like white blow to catch him after whiteout or something, bro. I don't know, bro. I genuinely don't know. Typhoon damage buffed. Typhoon cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Then we have rubber. Jet pistol cooldown increased to 2.5 seconds. Pistol damage buffed, and bazooka damage buffed. Then we have falcon. Falcon punch is now unblockable because it's an ultimate, which had no business being blockable in the first place. And the falcon punch damage got buffed. Barriers. Spikes knockback buffed. And then we have sand. Slicer damage buffed. Then we have chop. Which got a cannon damage buff, grab stun buff, grab damage buff, and festival stun buff, which is honestly, if I were to come over here to which fruit deserves a buff the most, not this one, not that one. If you wanted to argue for anything, I guess it could maybe be Doe, but personally, since I know Doe has like an over 800 damage combo, I don't believe it's Doe. I don't think it's String either. The most underrated thing on this list is definitely Venom. I'm gonna be honest with you. Magma V2 is pretty good. It's definitely consistent. I'd say the most like underrated thing on here is definitely Venom because of how slow it is and in terms of like range, damage, and just combo output. But overall, all the fruits should be somewhat around each other to where you can beat any fruit with almost any fruit besides like some of the commons, like sand beating like a mythic. It's not gonna happen that often, bro, unless like the mythic player is just really bad. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Freaking those are the balance changes. Zach said he might change some of this stuff up just because, you know, a lot of people complain about certain stuff, even though with what the community is voting for, we might be cooked in terms of what to buff. Because why did Mickey vote for this, bro? What is wrong with you? Anyways, all I can say is, moral of the story, Goro does not need the buff. Of any fruit on there, Goro does not need the buff. Anyways, guys, this is for the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.